All right, so today on Wolverine TV, we have running back Carlos Brown,
Hey.
number 23, and myself, Mike Thurman. So we just gonna get into it real quick. Carlos, what made you come to Michigan? You know, and what was your transition like from high school, coming from the South up north here to the University of Michigan?
Well, I've always been a very adventurous person, and I've always wanted to get out of the South and try different things. I wanted to go different places and see different things. And with football, it provided me with that opportunity. You know, I wanted to go to a place that had a balanced education and athletic program, and I feel like Michigan was the best of both worlds. And it's very hot down south, very, very hot.
Right.
And I wanted to go somewhere where it was real cold, because I kind of like it cold. And I had an aunt that lived a couple miles down the road, so I just wanted to come up here, and I felt it was the best place for me.
So would you say your family had a lot of influence on your decision?
My family was actually, my family, they were more thinking I was going to Florida State or Georgia. And it was just, I was just like, went out on a limb, and I was like, I think I want to go to Michigan. And so it was really kind of like my decision.
All right. So then you come to Michigan, you're in Ann Arbor. What was your biggest adjustment here?
Biggest adjustment? My biggest adjustment was probably the weather. I expected it to be cold, you know, but it was different when I started driving in the snow, sliding around everywhere, getting stuck every time I get ready to drive. And that was probably the biggest adjustment, you know.
Okay. So overall, it was pretty much went pretty smooth for you then. It sounds.
Yeah,
all right.
definitely. I would rather be nowhere else, you know. If I had to do
How about athletically?
Athletically, I mean, like I was saying, I would rather be nowhere else. If I had to do it all over again, I come to Michigan again. You know, my career didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to go. You know, we didn't win the games that we won a lot of games, but I wish we would have won more. And I come and I do it all over again.
Okay. What's your fondest memory?
My fondest memory
from playing.
My fondest memory from playing was probably when I was a sophomore. Mike Hart was hurt, and we went out to Illinois. I remember the beginning of the week of practice, they said, we don't think Mike's going to play. And I remember going in that week preparing like I had never prepared before, you know. And I went out and we played against Illinois, and it came down close to the end of the game, you know. And Adrian it was like a reverse pass, and Adrian threw it to Mario, you know, and somehow we won the game, you know. And it was my first game ever starting. I had 120 yards. That was probably my fondest memory since I've been in college.
Nice coming out party then.
Yeah.
Kind of describe your relationship with the older guys, such as Mike, and the guidance that they was able to give you, and how you were able to pass that along.
When I first got here, I'll start right there. When I first got here, Steve Breston, I probably talked to Steve Breston more than I talked to a lot of people. Steve Breston, he kind of embraced me a lot, you know. He showed me around. He used to take me to Cottage Inn every chance he got. He loved Cottage Inn. So he would always take me to Cottage Inn. We would just sit around and talk. And me and Mike playing the same position. He helped me adjust to things on the field, you know. And it was wonderful, you know. And I just took the things that they showed me, and I just passed it along to the Mike Shaws, you know, the Roy Roundtrees, and just those younger guys that I was close with.
All right. So you feel that you embody the Michigan family? Would you describe yourself as a Michigan man?
Of course.
Right.
All of those guys that came before me, you know, they were Michigan man, and hopefully the guys behind me, they're carrying on and they'll continue to be Michigan man.
All right. So after November 21st this past year, Ohio State ended the year, and you had to begin your process for the NFL. Could you describe that for us?
Yes, sir. I'll tell you exactly how it went, actually. After we played Ohio State, the next week, I began searching for an agent. And in looking for an agent, you try to find somebody that you're comfortable with, you trust, and somebody that you have a good communication relationship with, you know. And I chose PSP, Professional Sports Planning, you know, and those guys, I feel like I work real well with those guys. So from that point, I continued training. I picked it up a little bit, and I started doing combine type training. And I worked with Mike Bars with that. And I worked with him for probably 7, 8 weeks. And to get in tip-top shape, to get as fast as I could, and to get as strong as I could in that amount of time. So from that process, you did that for like 7, 8 weeks, and then we went into what we call Pro Day. and that's when the NFL sends scouts out to your school facility to evaluate you. And they would go from there. They'd go back to whatever organization they come from, and they would evaluate you, and they would rate you based upon your performance. And then we just wait until the draft and see what happens.
All right. What? How do you feel about your pro day performance? Are you satisfied with your results?
I mean, for the most part, I think I did pretty good. You know, there's a couple of areas I wish I could have did a little better in. You know, but for the most part, I feel like I had an overall good day.
You remember any of your statistics? Exact what your exact results were?
Not 100%. I know what I jumped. I jumped a 38.5-inch vertical, and what else did I do? I don't know, not exactly. I'm just happy I'm saying.
All right, that's all right. Well, thank you for your time today, Mr. Brown. I hope the best for you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.